It's TikTok. What you got going down? What are you doing? You could be doing anything, and you just hanging out. Me too. I'm just chilling, man. I just made a bomb ass burrito. Like I wouldn't think that. Like normally I wouldn't do this. Normally I was like, you know what? Here's what I did. Right? I didn't have any appointments today, so I was just like, okay, it's my day off. So I took that as a day off. I went out. I went out 4 times today. Something like that. I didn't. Dude, my body hurts so bad. Today is the first day I took 2 days off of the gym. That's if people go like, I haven't been to the gym in years, and I'm like, I haven't not been to the gym in years. Little mama, what's up, girl? And so for me to like work hard enough in the gym for me to go like, you know what, I should probably like not go. is go to the building, SoCal killer. What up, girl? Hey man, these are the shit. These are super duper duper good, dude. Like you could have one. So bomb. I don't like to eat and talk, but they it's good. Like it's a little bit of like island fruit in the back of your gullet. You know, it's kind of like there's a party in my mouth. And you're invited. Hey, what's up, Pink Diamond? I took my kids to the playground for the first time today in almost 2 years. That is what good moms do. That's what good parents do. That's what healthy people do. That is phenomenal. I love hearing that. I got a park right next to the spot. It's super duper amazing. It's got this like little river thing. There's always families and stuff out there. It's so good. The muffin bites. I'm with you. Chiropractors. Magic Gang. I have yet to go to the chiropractor. I've never been to one. Dude's my fave. Can I ask you a question? You just did. Would you like to ask another question? I'm more than happy to answer it. I always have something to say. But yeah, like, I'm just gonna say, dude, my ass hurts, bro. Like, I'm starting to, I'm building up these chicken legs, putting in some extra work, right? It makes me look taller. But my legs and my ass are just killing me, dude. Like, someone called me a wannabe ninja in my comments today, and I was like, bro, yeah, 100%, bro, what are you doing? Wannabe keyboard samurai? Like, bro, what are you doing? It was so funny. Hang on. Hey, babes, what's up? Hey, did you decide to give up when you felt you were going to die? No, I gave up because I died. I was like, are you asking, like, did I give up and decide to transition and actually die because I knew I was going to? Or are you referring to alcohol when I was like, well, I'm going to die like this, so I might as well just not drink? Dude, I drank myself to death. Like, there was no, like, maybe I should stop doing this. It was the day, okay, so, no, like, when you're transitioning, when you're moving in, well, when you say yeah, what do you mean yeah? Like, I let myself die. Like, my thoughts, feelings, opinions, right? Hello, soul, bro, what up? How I felt about the fact that I was dying or that I drank myself, until how I felt about any of that didn't change the fact that I was on my way out. Like, I liver damage, I already died once. Would that be twice? Cardiac arrest twice out of surgery. So remember this. This is why I talk about acceptance. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. Is how we feel about things. Like, your opinion of this doesn't change the fact that I'm eating it. 222. I love you guys. It doesn't change the fact that this is good. It's good whether you think it is or not. This is amazing regardless of your opinion because they're good for me. So they are good. And so I'm dying regardless if I don't want to. 222 days? Goodness gracious. That's amazing. I drink 14 bottles of wine a week. So at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's two and a half a day. So here's the actuality with how much alcohol you're drinking. Ladies, you want to drink, if you're drinking, it's 3 drinks or less a day. So 3 glasses of wine a day, right? Remember, if you can't catch a buzz off one, that means your body's preparing to be addicted to it. That's what a high tolerance is. So if you're drinking, 2 bottles a day, you're drinking, so that's 4, 5, 10. So you're 8 drinks over every single day. 6 drinks over every day. Right? So that's an astronomical amount of alcohol for women, or for a woman to drink. Like, alcohol causes cancer, dude. Like, it's a literal poison. It's a carcinogen. Like, it's a disinfectant. It sets on fire. Everything does. But alcohol, that shit, it just, we don't think of it like that. We just go, alcohol? Is alcohol a carcinogen that causes cancer? Yeah. What are you talking about? Dude, Canada doesn't, they have a restriction. Like now? Yeah, but now, but look at me. Dude, I've spent 6 years, I'm coming up on 6 years, every single day, every thought, every feeling, every action is going towards improving my quality of life, man. That's the act of recovery. I recovered years ago. But just because I'm not dying anymore and I'm not broken per se, doesn't mean I can't get even better. I went to the doctors. They're like, dude, you're in like perfect health. You might have some high blood pressure because of your cirrhosis, but you are in perfect health. Like, there's no reason for you to be at the doctors. It's not because I've been sitting on my couch for 6 years. It's because I take care of my mind. The first thing I do is take care of my mind. Your thoughts 100% directly are associated with how you feel. The first thought of the day is, God damn it, I love being alive, dude. Fuck! It's so good. It's so good. I didn't wake up feeling good. I woke up wishing I was dead. But then I started practicing, going, well, if this is as good as it's going to get, I might as well just say it's the best day of my life, right? I might as well just say I feel good. Because if this is as good as it's going to get, I might as well just convince myself that this is great, right? So then I just started saying that. No, I'm not on medication. I take Thrive supplements, which is so amazing, by the way. Holy crap. I just ordered more Thrive today. But in the depths of hell, I practiced saying that it was heaven. And then my brain goes, well, I guess it's not that bad. I guess it doesn't hurt as bad as yesterday. And then I started to change the energy in my body. Not because I had more, I was more awake. I literally, positive energy. I was allowing it to move through my body when I felt like shit. And then my body started to go that's right, we feel good today. Oh, well, I guess we could go for a walk. I guess we could eat some extra food. Let's go with black beans today. Let's make a breakfast sandwich. Let's do this, let's do that. And you listen to your body, and then you give your body permission to express itself, right? So expressing itself is, your body doesn't want to sit. You're designed to move, right? Alcohol free. Your body's designed to move. And depression is literally, it feels like this, weight of the world. It physically feels like, Paulina, what's up? It physically feels like you're in a weighted blanket of just donkey shit. And it's worse than that. That's an understatement. And your eyelid, your eyes get stuck. You're they don't want to be open. I'm working so hard to open my eyes. And then when you open your eyes, it's just crap. User data, what's up? You don't like what you see, and it's difficult to get your eyes open. But then you open your eyes, and then you go okay, if I change the way I look at things, the things I look at change. I didn't, you got to pretend to be something. You got to practice being something before you become that something. Even if your job, dude. I don't know what Tutka is. You want to be a server, you don't just show up with all your serving skills. You got to practice. You got to carry a tray, right? I've never been a server, but I'm pretty sure that you got to practice holding a tray, right? And as you practice holding a tray, you get really good at holding a tray, which is something a server does. And that's just a tray. And then you start, oh, look, there's a margarita on top of that tray. Cool, I'm really good. Now I got a bowl of spaghetti and a margarita. And who the fuck ordered this? I don't care. At least I'm good at carrying it. And then you're good at carrying that. That becomes a part of your server. Thank you, Starfire. Then you're starting to become a really good server. And then you're like, oh shit, I don't even have to practice. I just watch, I'll spin it. And then you're just spinning a tray of spaghetti and margarita. That's how good you are, because you've practiced doing what a server does. And then eventually that tray gets even bigger, and then you're stronger, and then you're more maneuverable. And then you see what I'm saying? You got to do what a server does to become a server. And then you're rewarded with more tips and cool customers and promotions and bonuses and fucking all that shit. If you don't act like a server, you can't become a server. If you don't act like an alcoholic, you can't become an alcoholic. You just can't. If you don't act like a healthy person, you're not preparing to become one. That's what life is. What are you preparing for? What is your focus? Where is your energy going? Did I drink every day? I did. I drank every single day. My first shot was probably between 4 a.m. to 7. And before 9 o'clock, I had at least 4 to 6 shots. That's just to calm the nerves and all that stuff. So I was physically addicted and dependent, which means if I stopped drinking, my chances of death were very, very, very high. That's how I died, is not just drinking so much. Remember this. I got to say this. I've never talked about this. I didn't drink, and the amount of alcohol that was in my body was why I went into cardiac arrest and died, throwed up blood and bright yellow and all that stuff. That's not what it was. Because that day I only had 2 shots, and I was at like 9 a.m. But I had been drinking enough alcohol for a long enough period of time to where the stress in my system over the elongated stretch of drinking every day put so much damage on my body when I was sleeping that my stomach filled with blood because 2 veins opened up in my throat. Alcohol is a poison. It's rotting our body from the inside out. But in order to ignore that, you need to take another shot or have another drink or black out or whatever. Amanda's in the building. What's up, girl? I love you. And so on that note, it's people think like, oh, I have a high tolerance. I can handle more. That's not true. You have a high tolerance, which means, Amanda, you know this. It means you are physically damaging and destroying your body before you even catch a buzz. It means you're doing the exact same amount of physical damage as a high-functioning alcoholic would that needs it to live. The only difference is you haven't activated your addiction yet. You're 1 drink away from activating that shit. So the unfortunate part is there's a lot of people who drink exactly the way an alcoholic does that doesn't have an addiction but doing the exact same amount of damage. So they may die and never be able to call themselves an alcoholic just because they drink and practice drinking like one. We're all taught to do that. 15 days, no cigarettes. That's amazing. I love that, man. I feel I needed to live. That's a dependency. So remember this. So like the way you can check your dependency is there's one thing you go like, I prefer to have alcohol in my body or I like drinking. Alcohol is awesome, dude. It's fucking dope. It is a poison, just like everything's a weapon if you don't use it correctly. But if the thought of not having alcohol for the rest of your life gives you anxiety, or like you couldn't imagine your life without alcohol, there's a dependency there. Day 11, that's amazing, dude. I'm so proud of you. Day 11, in a day 11 teen, in a day 11 years, it's all 100% sober. You can't get more sober. You've been sober. So this is why I want you to look at your date right now and be like, it's 4 days? Fuck yeah. 0 amount of alcohol in your body. A doctor will show up and say like, you know what, Amanda? You haven't drank in at least 4 days? God damn, girl. You are just as sober as the doctor. The doctor probably is on some shit. You are probably more sober than the doctor that's telling you that you're sober. On that, he's probably taking medications, man. Who knows, man? Maybe he's got glaucoma, high blood pressure, something like that. Who knows? But the point is that you can't get more sober than sober, but you can be more recovered than recovered, though. Because 11 days into recovery is not the same as 11 days not drinking. Because not drinking, day 193. So look, so you could be 93 days sober, but not 190 days recovered. Because here's the thing. So sobriety is not drinking. So if you're not doing anything while not drinking, then you're just waiting to feel better, which is not going to happen. Nothing like time, like it's an illusion. Time, first off, time isn't real. Second off, time is not what heals anything. You don't just sit here, your body is going to put itself back together, but it's not operating better. It's just operating the way it's supposed to, which means 0, neutral. Where are you going to go? So, but if you spent 193 days practicing having a new positive thought, going for a walk, drinking more water, taking more naps, right? Focusing on your future, you're stepping into recovery. That recovery is where you realize that that's what you've been searching for. None of us that develop a dependency on alcohol was like, you know what? You know what I want? You know what I want? I want a dependency. I want to not be able to live without this. I want to feel like shit and love it. Nobody looks at it like that. We go, you know what? I'm trying to escape the pain. I'm trying to manage my thoughts. I'm trying to manage my feelings. I'm just trying to figure this out. If all this would stop, I could be who I want to be, right? Someone without those thoughts. Then we start drinking and then we go like, shit. When I'm not drinking, I have all these thoughts. And it's just easier for me to have a drink or 16 and forget that I even had a problem with thoughts. And then yesterday didn't even exist. I forgot. It didn't even matter. I'm just moving through these days blacked out. And what does it do? Your device or my advice? I'm assuming you meant advice. What cycle are you on? I'm not on cycle. Maybe a unicycle. Need help? Link in bio. Where did you learn all this knowledge? I fucking lived it. I died with it. I practiced it. I am a master coach and a professional, which means I'm an expert in the field. It means I've spent over 20,000 hours deeply practicing what I'm saying. Another way of saying this is with the thousands of people I've worked with and the hundreds of people and thousands of hours that I've spent specifically, strategically helping people. I'm a master at this information. A master is anybody that's spent over 10,000 hours, which is just over a year, not in study, not learning, practicing. Imagine how good of an athlete you would be if you spent 10,000 days for 1 hour a day, nonstop, every single day. You were doing it. You would be one of the best in the world. That's what makes anybody a master. Neurologically, chemically, a master of their subject. You can master anything if you're willing to dedicate 10,000 hours of your time. It literally becomes who you are. It's not just something you know. It becomes you. And so I'm not sober. I'm considered a master coach. So I'm a coach for coaches as well. So when it comes to mental health and sobriety and physical health, nutrition is kind of whatever. I don't know as much as I don't need to know anything. I just need to know what not to do. Right? I just need to be able to take care of my body. But the point is if you think of how many hours you spend on growing, like really think about this. Because we don't take care of ourselves because something's wrong. We're supposed to take care of ourselves so nothing goes wrong. That's life. That's life. How do you want to take care of you? Do you want to take care of you with a sandwich today? You want to take care of you with a walk today? You want to take care of you? So I'm not sober. No, I'm not sober. I can't be sober from something I don't consume. I'm not sober. Like, I could be sober from these fucking things because I just had one. So look, right? When I'm done with this, I will be sober from that until I have another one. That's sobriety. Sobriety is going, I want this, but I'm not doing it. I'm not drinking it, not consuming it. I'm taking a break. I'm in between gummy bears. I'm in between gummies. So I'm sober from gummies. But if I don't eat gummies, I can't be sober from gummies. I don't drink alcohol. This machine, this body, this mind, this spirit has never fucking tasted alcohol, so I can't be sober. But that doesn't mean I didn't spend 24 years drinking that shit. It doesn't mean I don't have all the memories, plus all the blackouts that I've been able to recall. It doesn't mean that I haven't used that story to help me evolve into someone incapable of drinking alcohol again, or dealing with any types of toxicity for that matter. What's up, bro? Let's on my AG transcript today to get started. That's so amazing. So look at this. So I want you to, like this, I don't want anyone to compare themselves or anything like that. I spend 45 minutes to an hour every single day, just in meditation, just in sitting with myself, just in practicing patience, just with my eyes closed, just being consciously aware of all my thoughts and just allowing them to come through and transforming the energy of my body. That's 30 to 31 hours a month. That's almost a full-time, that's a full-time job almost, a week. Kinda. But I put 31 hours just in listening to myself, disconnecting from everything, disconnecting from technology, disconnecting from my emails, disconnecting from support, disconnecting from absolutely everything. I sit with myself and I allow my emotions to come through, and then I generate the ones that I want to have. I get in control of my mind and body and spirit. I'm strengthening the alignment between the things that define me as a human being, right? That's 30 hours a month, right? And then I'm also at the gym 30 plus hours a month. I probably spend 40 hours in the gym working on my body. I'm working on my mind. I'm working on my body, right? Then I probably spend an hour a day just cooking and preparing, right? Just doing stuff. I just made myself a burrito. Just went to the store. Grounding techniques, all that stuff. What time of day? Any time of day, doesn't matter. Me, I'm meditating at between 4 and 6 a.m., right? About 45 minutes to an hour. Hey, thank you for the subscription. I'm so stoked. Thank you. That helps me really want to come back and just continue showing up. So the thing is I say that to go, with all those hours that I'm spending just on my physical health, my nutrition, my mental and spiritual health, I still have stupid amounts of time to do anything that I want. Anything that I want. Do I want to work? I want to write a book. I want to write a program. I want to be here. I want to do this. I set my life up to do that because that's what I want. Right? So someone today hit me up and goes like, I don't have time. I've got 2 kids. I got to do this. Girl, if you got time to take a shit, you got time to read a book. You got time to hit that restroom. You got time to listen to a program. You got time. You seriously? Like, there's no excuses, dude. We can multitask. We can listen. This is what I do all day long. I'm listening to documentaries, listening to mind material, mindset, new perspective, listening to interviews and all this shit. It's all seeping in because my brain is a sponge. And when I was out shopping today, guess what my random thoughts were? They were of the shit that I was listening to in the background today as I was falling asleep taking a nap, dude. Like, dang. That's the environment. Is I specifically set my environment up and have a regimen. Your regimen is your safety net. Have a regimen that's specifically catered to who I am, where I'm at this moment, and where I'm going. Everything I do is designed to help me improve my quality of life or maintain this quality of life. Dude, you think it's great? It gets better. Self-help audiobooks and podcasts are incredible for multitasking. Exactly, dude. That's exactly. Dude, I got an Echo box in every room in the house. So I'll put on an audiobook and walk around the house and clean the house, do all that stuff. The first thing I say when I walk in the door is play whatever podcast or play music or play whatever I was listening to in the car. That pops on. So my whole life is derivative of how I want to feel, not what I'm trying to fix. Make sense? No juice? Not being disrespectful? I do have juice. This is a Lipton iced tea, and I feel bad. I feel like I'm being gypped because I'm in Tennessee, and I tell you what. Tennessee. I know someone wants to give me a gallon of sugar and make me some, like, old grandma sweet tea. Someone said that. They're like, how do you drink Lipton in Tennessee, bro? I was like, I just don't know the right people to make me like the sweet tea. But I also don't want diabetes. What kind of music do you like? I listen to a lot of stuff. If I'm going for walks, I'll listen to a lot of eclectic, kind of chill, acoustic, female vocals. Dude, I got a ton of feminine energy. One of the sexiest things on the planet is just someone softly singing in my ear, dude. That is just, I just feel like so like, it's just a big hug. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing, dude. Holy shit. Like, I love you. Thank you. I just love that. It just sits so well with my soul, sits well with my heart. And if I'm going for a walk over here through all the trees, I can't think of anyone specifically right now. But I'll listen to that. If I'm in the gym, dude, I'm going heavy, hardcore, dubstep, EDM. I was a rave DJ for 16 years, so all that nasty, grimy excision, just pure wobbly nastiness is just so good, right? But then I went to the DMV today, and the chick behind the desk was wearing a Wu-Tang shirt, which just so happens I was bumping Wu-Tang all the way to the DMV. So I was raised in California, born and raised California, so I'm a Cali cat. I was raised on underground hip-hop. And then once I got into the mainstream scene, I got into like all your Nelly and all that typical mainstream stuff. I don't listen to that stuff now. But then I got a sweet spot for some heavy metal and shit like that. It's super dope. So I like to change it up. I'm always open. Wu-Tang for life. She was wearing a Wu-Tang sweatshirt. And I was like, dude, I was bumping Wu all the way here. And she's like, I don't know who Wu-Tang is. I was like, oh, what are you talking about? You're wearing a Wu-Tang forever. She's like, I just found it on the floor. I'm like, you better name 3 songs right now. And we had this whole conversation. I'm telling you, dude, the Tennessee DMV is not like the California DMV, dude. I had a blast at the DMV today, man. We're all standing around talking shit. Like, we're all like, because I got my custom license plate. It says Kohdi, Kohdi. That's my license plate. So if you ever see a black SUV that says Kohdi, Kohdi, you fucking found me, y'all. But this guy's like, my name's Buster. I was like, for real? Because they were looking at my license plate going like, what does this mean? And then they look at my ID. And, hey, you're so welcome for those videos, man. They're for you. And they're like, the Wu-Tang chick's like, oh, it's Kohdi, but it's spelled differently. I was like, Yeah, you could Google that. I'm like the only person that ever has that. And then Buster over here is like, well, my name's Buster. I was born Buster. I'm a veteran, right? And he says, I don't know. I've met maybe one Buster in my whole life. And everyone thinks I'm joking, but I'm not. My name's Buster. And he like showed me his ID. He's like, bro, that's badass, man. But that's so dope. That's Tennessee, though, for whatever reason. Like, finally caught you live. Perfectly imperfect. What's up, girl? So stoked to see you. Oh shit, Tina Madlib's in the building. Just quick, I'm back from the trip, and I will try and give you a ring tomorrow. But yes, we are a go. Dope. Super duper dope. That's awesome. I'm stoked for that. I've seen you and Scott D. Henry, making magic happen. Like, you guys are the sweetest, and I love that for you, too. But hit me up, dude, and we'll make magic. I got a bunch of stuff. I can set you up with either specific tools, and I can run your social media for you, or I can just get a couple things done, and it's a one-and-done thing. So we'll talk all about that whenever you've got some time. And we will format a game plan and get it handled. I got you covered. Don't trip. Wisconsin DMV was the same way. That's dope, dude. California, man, like, you got people, like, you're looking over your shoulder. Like, it is just not the same. Need your strength. I'm failing. Bro, you can't have my strength because it's not even mine. I'm borrowing it from the universe. You have the same strength that I do. Where do you think I got it from? I got it by feeling exactly the way you feel right now, man. You do it because you don't want to. You do it because you feel weak. You do it because it sucks. You do it because it hurts. You think I enjoy going out running errands, doing all this shit? You think I enjoy picking up a bunch of heavy shit and putting myself in pain? You think this stuff is fun for me? It hurts. I'm in physical pain at this moment. And I feel just as weak as you do in this moment. But I feel weak from making shit happen. The emails I've been getting recently, even this morning at like 6 a.m., is people just finding reasons why they are the only one in the universe that can't fucking do it. Look, bro, you're not going to wake up stronger than yesterday. Every single sip and every single thought and every single concept and every single thing that doesn't move you forward is helping you feel like you ain't going anywhere. And you're not going to go anywhere unless you do shit. Nobody's coming, man. Nobody's coming. Nobody wakes me up in the morning and says, hey, work on your brain, dude. Nobody's making me breakfast. Nobody's kicking my ass. No one's waking me up to go to the gym. Nobody's fucking on my ass to get my emails done. Nobody is forcing me. There is no boss. There is no whip. I ignore my fucking alarms. Nobody's coming. The same amount of people that are showing up for me now at my healthiest are the exact same amount of people that showed up for me when I was at my worst. Fucking nobody's coming, dude. I wish I could do this shit for you, man. I would trade bodies. I would just give me yours, and I will go through the fucking grind, dude. Because I'm telling you this, man. You think, like you could only make it worse or make it better. Like, you could take all the energy you have saying, I don't have the strength, and just continue not having the strength. Or you could take that same energy and go like, fuck, I don't have strength. I should probably start gaining some. When you do anything that moves you in the opposite direction of where you don't want to be, you're gaining strength. Strength isn't saying no. Strength is saying yes. It's harder to say, it's easier to say yes to shit than it is to say no to something you're already good at doing. If I said, dude, here's a 10-pound weight, you'd be like, what am I going to do with this? Lift that shit. I don't want to. Why? Because I'm better at putting it down. Well, pick it up. I don't want to. Well, how the fuck do you think you're going to get stronger if you don't pick up the weight? It's too heavy. That's why you pick it up. That's what I don't like meditation. I have 1,000 thoughts. Why do you think we meditate? It's so hard for me. What do you think the practice is for? Nothing changes if you do not actively put energy in the opposite direction of where you don't want to be. Anything. I don't care if it's one more sip of water. Saying yes to water is saying no to alcohol. Waking up 1 minute early is saying fuck sleeping in. That one day, like, you get good at anything you practice. I want you to really remember this. It took everything in your entire life for you to practice saying you're weak. You've practiced this. You literally are the best of everybody you know. You are the best at finding reasons why you're not strong enough. Nobody's showing up to tell you that you ain't shit. Nobody's showing up to tell you you don't have what it takes. And if there is, what are you doing around those people? Why are they still there? If you're not surrounding yourself with people, places, or things that move you the fuck forward, they don't need to be there. Fuck your parents, man. You don't owe them shit and they don't own you. You are an individual human being that can do anything with anything at any time for any reason. We gotta stop finding reasons why we're the only one on the planet that can't do what every other person on the planet can do. Your circumstances are not unique enough, man. I wish they were, because I could study you and learn from your brain. I want to refer you to doctors so we could figure out what's so dramatically different from you than any other person. Unfortunately, dude, it's just easier for us to step in and go like, I can't do it, it's too hard, I don't have time, it won't work. That's the easiest thing to say on the planet, dude. We all said that. Every single person that ever did it was convinced they couldn't do it. Every person that did it was convinced they couldn't do it. Every one of them. And this is why we unite. This is why we connect. This is why we seek truth. We seek answers. The problem, hey, thank you for the love. The problem is we think the answer is out there. We think that people think I'm the answer. What do you think an epiphany is? An epiphany is you recognizing that you knew the information the whole time. You just didn't make the connection before. You're not learning anything new. You're just realizing what you've already known. That's what an epiphany is. You're like, oh my God, I knew that. Yeah, now that you know that, we need to have another epiphany in the act of gaining knowledge, of practice. It's easier than I thought. This is why after working with thousands of people, almost every single one of them was like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's because you're thinking about that under the realm of alcohol. You're thinking of it from a desperate situation. I have emails, dude, that come in every day saying, holy crap, I've never felt so good and I'm only 6 days in. I know. I told you that everything that you were thinking was because you were drinking. Alcohol is an amplification unit. When your whole world is derivative of pain, you couldn't imagine the life of pleasure. This is why if we keep doing the same things, we know exactly what we're going to expect. More pain, more bullshit, things to get even heavier. Good to see you as always. Hey, dude, DJ Native, what's up, man? So stoked to see you. All I crave is sweets. What do you think? What do you think? This is 6 years later, man. You think it's not? Motherfucker, I've been hiding that this whole time. I'm dripping sugar through my gullet. Thank you endlessly for designing this positive, uplifting, life-changing program. I appreciate you forever. Dude, Recover Out Loud, you are so welcome. You deserve it. We all deserve it, man. You specifically, you deserve it. We all deserve this peace and happiness and just experience. We're not supposed to live in shit, man. Life is not shit. Here's the thing. Einstein. You know who that is? Albert Einstein. He said this, and this is absolutely true. Wayne Dyer says this too. There's two ways to look at the world, and you have to decide, man. If you feel weak, you have to decide. I want you to really think about this. You have to decide this before you do anything, or even as you're doing things. Is the universe, is the world a horrendous and hostile place that you have to survive? Or is it a beautiful place that you're allowed to thrive in? Depending on how you answer that, depicts why things feel the way they feel. Because there is a truth regardless of which one you choose. If you look at the world and you go, it's happening to me, you're a victim of circumstances. You're placing blame out there. You want the world to change so you could stop acting the way you don't. Right? Damn, dude. I'm dead serious with this. If you think if your world is the news, is shitty boxing matches on social media, listening to all these whatever, if your whole perception of the universe is going in the vastness of space and everything I've ever experienced, and every time I look outside, it is people and places and things that I have to survive, then you're in survival mode. You're not in a good place, right? The trip, this is where most of us live. 95% of the planet looks at the world that way. There's the shootings. There's the this. I could go on and on and on. You can think. You know how easy it is to come up with negative shit? I guarantee you this, dude. Look, you just told me you went to jail. You could have told me you picked a flower yesterday. You know how easy it is for you to talk about going to jail? It's because that's one of the deepest and most influential memories of your life. How often do I talk about going to jail? Dude, I spent 6 years on probation. 2 ankle fucking bracelets. I was an alcoholic on house arrest, dude. I got a fucking felony. I'm not even allowed into Canada and shit. I got a whole rap sheet, man. Busted for graffiti, dude, fighting, all this shit, right? But why am I talking about all this other shit? It's because that's just some shit that happened because I thought that the world was something I had to survive. So I survived it, and I was completely incorrect on the shit. And it was because I was under the illusion of a fucking substance, man. When I was a kid, I didn't know any better, so I got busted for graffiti. When I was adult, I didn't know any better because I was an alcoholic. And then once that shit shifted, I was like, holy fuck, the world isn't out to get me. I'm allowed to eat gummy bears in peace. If anyone's trying to fuck with my life, dude, no. Like, it's just not going to happen. Just no. You're allowed to say no. The world is not happening to you unless you choose to see it that way. The problem with that is what happens is we become defensive and we become aggressive. And then we write these neurological codes in our mind that keeps us in fight or flight mode. So we have high anxiety all the time, even when we're not drinking. Just moving out of California, I lived there my whole life. Moving out of California and moving to Tennessee, dude, all of my anxiety is gone. Like, I never have anxiety. It's because I don't have to worry about getting shot over here. I don't have to worry about gangbanging. I don't have to worry about all this stuff. I don't have to worry about these dudes. I don't have to worry about the fact that I'm the shortest guy around. Like, people, like, look out for me and shit. Like, people are like, hey, man, can I help you? Totally different. I know for a fact the world isn't out to get me. It just felt that way most of my life. And it took me years and years and years to regulate my nervous system. You could practice all the mindset work you want and shift your reality, and your system could still be messed up. Your nervous system could still be in fight or flight mode, which is where your anxiety happens, which is why you don't get sleep. Your appetite's all weird, why you want to drink more, why you want to do all this stuff, why it's harder to go to the gym, harder to wake up, why you feel more depressed. That's because your body doesn't believe that you're safe. You do, but your body knows more about you than you do. I live in Tennessee now? Yeah, I'm out here in Nashville. Yeah, you're from here? Oh, from there. That's dope. I'm in Hermitage, right near, like, I'm like 10 minutes from downtown. Dude, I was just downtown a few minutes ago. I could not be happier here. So, just before, this is a reflection, it all ties in, is once I started realizing that I was allowed to change my perspectives, and the world didn't have to change for me to just practice believing that I don't have to look over my shoulder. I had to practice and go like, I'm not paranoid, I'm just acting paranoid. Nobody's out to get me, dude. Nobody's out to get me. Nobody's out to get me. Even to this day, it wasn't until a few months ago that somebody jumped on TikTok and said, hey man, you're not in trouble. And I cried, dude. Like, just thinking of it, like, he's like, you're not in trouble. Just that alone was enough for me to go like, I think that's the final fucking straw, dude. Because I always feel like I'm in trouble. I always feel like like there's an email, someone's out to get me. It's the IRS. Somebody's mad at me somewhere. I'm doing all these good things, but somebody, like, there's always something. That's because I was always in fucking trouble, dude. Like, I was never good enough for my parents, for my dad. Like, ever. He never validated my emotions. I wasn't allowed to have them. I'm a hypersensitive ADHD, bro. I wasn't allowed to have my emotions. And I just learned recently, as in, like, the past few days, he's like, homie, he's a popular TikToker here, therapist guy. He's like, I don't know if you guys saw this. He says, some people don't remember their past, right? They don't remember their it scares everyone. Some people have so much trauma, they don't remember their childhood. I have like 5 memories. And he says, you know what? Sometimes the trauma isn't what happened to you. It's what didn't happen for you. They didn't show up, dude. They weren't there. When you needed someone, even after they hurt you, all you wanted was their support. They weren't there, bro. They never showed up. It was just you, man. Your trauma is what didn't happen to you. And because that happened most of your life, you blocked it all out, man. Like, there was nothing. Why would you want to remember people not being there for you? Sammy's in the building. I know that feeling. Dude, I know that feeling. Why do you think, like, I love being with myself? Sammy, I love you. Thank you. I love being with myself because, like, at first, when I was a kid and I didn't know any better, I thought that that's just how life is. That emptiness is punishment. If you're by yourself, you did something wrong. You're good. You're a good boy if people want to hang out with you. But you're not around people long enough to develop, like, social skills, and your ADHD is fucking wild. So you intentionally keep yourself away from people so you don't feel awkward. So you're creating this unnecessary trauma, dude. You keep to yourself, but you really want attention. You don't know how to say things because everything you say is just weird. Like, all these neurotypical people. But the trip is that there was nobody there to talk to. So I took Klonopin when I was 12 years old. There was nobody there to relate to. So I was drinking margaritas. There was nobody there to talk to when I needed it. So I was drinking beer 2, 3 in the morning to go back to sleep to be up in a few hours. Like, all of these circumstances directly contributed to the emptiness. And that's the opposite of addiction is connection. This is why I deliver myself in the ways that I do, is because I help people connect to me and themselves. Connect to the world and the universe and their concepts and their past and their future and all that. When we connect as a unit or as an energy, we realize that we don't need to chase the illusion of a connection artificially with the poison, right? Hope you're doing good, bro. I'm doing phenomenal. I'm ADHD, thought alcohol would help me sleep also. Yeah. That's all those racing thoughts, man. You got 1,000 thoughts. The fan isn't loud enough, all that shit. And it doesn't work. And the unfortunate part about that is alcohol causes insomnia and actively disrupts all the chemicals. You got 1,400 chemicals going through your body at any given moment, dude. 1,400 variations of chemicals that define your human existence. If you got more cortisol than dopamine, just one of those being off, you're getting bad sleep, you're having mood swings, your diet's sideways. This is why if we spend no time regulating our body and creating balance in our system, then we're constantly going to be thinking because of the way we feel. Thought, feeling, action. So ADHD and all that stuff, having that regulated, I can't even tell you how many comments I've received of people going like, I stopped drinking alcohol once I got my ADHD medication. They're like, I literally stopped craving alcohol because I had my dopamine regulated. I didn't need to seek anything through a poison because I was getting everything I needed. Technically, my body was aligned. The fan is never loud enough. I know, right? It's called self-pacifying. Yeah. Super trippy stuff. And that's what happens over time. So this is another major thing. So say you have ADHD or people aren't there for you and you feel alone, you feel isolated, you prefer that, and then no one shows up. I'm going to tell you, I think this all the time. Sammy, I love you. Thank you so much. Our lead trauma coach right here, Sammy, is throwing out these roses, man. If anyone's dealing with trauma, whether it's trauma and mourning from alcohol, loss in the family, loss of a friend, childhood trauma, anything like that, Sammy, Samantha Durham, she's the lead grief and trauma coach for the Beyond Sober program. She's like the best that there is, dude. So definitely follow her. Definitely connect with her. She just released the Grief Atlas. I believe she has a second version coming out. Super duper stoked for that. But that's the trip, dude, is nobody shows up. And so here's one of the things that I noticed. And this is why I sit with myself. Like, this is I want to tie all this in so we all understand why I think and feel the way I do. Is when I'm in the gym, I've talked about this once before, but when I'm in the gym, as soon as I start getting tired, as soon as I'm lifting something and I'm literally like on my last rep, you know what I do? Thank you so much. I do this without trying. I do this without it being real or true, but it is an auto response. My auto response, as soon as it gets heavy and I feel like I need help, is I start looking around the room for anyone to see if I'm okay. Damn, just saying that fucks me up. I look around the room to see if anyone cares that I'm struggling. They don't. In that moment, which is technically considered my weakest, when I've exhausted every single possible physical thing I can imagine, whether I'm benching something or lifting something or whatever it is. What's up, bro? Spartacus. I'm sitting. They don't. Is you're sitting here and you're like, "Dah!" And then you start looking around to see if anyone notices how hard you're struggling. And that's because you're at your lowest at that point, technically. You literally have no additional energy. It's like just before death. And part of us wants to reach out. We just want to feel seen. And it's the same kind of concept of, that's why kids, look at me. Just you being there is enough for them to generate a whole second wind. Just you arriving literally helps them trigger an energetic force, a chemical cocktail of strength, of adrenaline, of happiness, of peace, of motivation and inspiration, just because you were there. That's that same concept, because I guarantee you, any of us that's ever been in that circumstance, when you were at your fucking lowest, tell me when you're there on your last fucking rep and I showed up, I was like, get that shit, go bitch. You would be like, yeah! And you would end with a fucking smile. Do you put that shit down and be like, uh-huh? But it's because nobody's showing up. It's awkward, right? And we're used to that. It's not important, but it's happened. It's a natural human response. Good evening, passing through to throw love and positivity. Dude, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate you, man. You could have been anywhere. You could have done anything, and you chose to be a leader and share with us what health and happiness looks like. That's the beautiful thing, man, is I see you, I recognize you, I admire you, I appreciate you. Thank you, bro. You're one of the healthiest people in every single room you walk into. And that is absolutely phenomenal, dude. I really, really, really appreciate that. That is just pure magic. Jake, dude, thank you so much, man. Thank you for becoming you. Thank you. So look at this, man. It's what we're drinking towards is always us. We're attempting to reach a version of us with artificially. Dude, thank you for all the love. That's what alcohol is doing. It's helping us disconnect from the things we don't feel are actually who we are. I'm not that angry. I'll just drink. Oh, look, I'm acting mellow now. I don't really have all those thoughts. That's not me. I have clear mind. Cocktail. Boom. All right. So alcohol gives us permission to step into a version of us that we prefer. That version is more creative, a little bit more expansive. Maybe it's a little bit funnier because you're not focused on, you're not worried about what other people are going to say. You just say dumb shit. But here's the trip, man, is we don't realize that if we could do it drunk, we could do it sober. Alcohol didn't make us do that. It just gave us permission to disconnect from our inhibitions. Alcohol removes the reason why we don't act the way we want to, right? You do sessions? 100%, dude. I work with people all the time. At the moment, I'm working with a very small group of people one-on-one. I work with people between 1 and 9 months. Just depends on what you need, what you're looking at, what you're doing. I have people that cancel on me every single day. A lot of people love the idea of working with me, but then they're not actually serious about it. I'm contemplating going to therapy. I can't get through day 3. I've been able to get clean twice. That's dope. While pregnant. Why can't I do it now when I'm not? It sounds like you thrive under pressure. That's also an ADHD thing. When you are faced with an either or, you just go with whichever one is easier. That's it. But here's the trip, man. Therapy is going to trigger you into your why. You can go to therapy all you want. And the unfortunate part about this, I hear this every single day. A lot of people can their therapist to work with me. And I say this out of absolute experience. Your therapist has never been an addict. Your counselor has never been an alcoholic. They literally don't know. Your doctor has never been addicted to anything. Everything that they talk about, even some of the best in the world, they understand the science, but they don't know the feeling. They can't connect from that space. They don't know what it feels like. So what happens is a therapist is really good. I know I work with therapists, and they go like, I'm telling my friends to come to you because yes, I can help them figure out the why, but you can help them figure out the who, which is the version of themselves that they've had to become through the pain and through the struggle. You're able to connect with them in a way that I cannot. They are professionals. And to be perfectly honest, most therapists just say, you know what, I think you should, practice some of this and go to AA. They send people to AA, which is, AA is not designed to break addictions. AA is not there to curb your depression. AA is there to give you a space not to drink. You are the same person when you leave that room. You are the same person. That's the issue, is that if we don't have a space facilitated safely for us to evolve into someone that doesn't need therapy and doesn't want alcohol, then all we're doing is stepping to a space of sobriety. So many people, specifically older generations, go like, just stop drinking. But I want to, bro. I want to drink. Well, just stop. You're a better person when you're not. But I don't like me when I'm not drinking. Well, just stop drinking. You'll figure it out. No, I'm going to break into your house because I don't like me when I'm not drinking. They go, well, it's the alcohol is the problem. I'm still me without my coping mechanism, without the thing that helps me feel safe, without the thing I've used to process the entire world, including this conversation, bro. You want me off of my medicine? You don't know me, and you don't want me to know that version of me. That's what I'm trying to escape, bro. What do you mean? Just get sober. That's not the point. We don't want to get sober. We want to recover. We want to recover. We want to recover. Sobriety is stupid if you're not using it to improve your quality of life. It's like you asked for the tool, dude, and you're not even picking it up now. You're just finding a reason not to use it. That's what sobriety is. This is why time doesn't change anything, dude. People can be sober their whole life and not be recovered at all. They still think and feel and do all the same stuff. And then they use the word alcoholic to steer themselves away from alcohol. Dude, you know what recovery is? You don't fear alcohol anymore because you realize it's just as fucking pointless as sweet tea. If it doesn't go in your mouth, there's no issues. And then when you break your addiction, it can go in your mouth and there's also no issues. It's because you've broken all of the neurological and physiological coding that defined you as an alcoholic. When you don't think, act, or feel like an alcoholic, you are not an alcoholic. You might act like one, but you're not an alcoholic. Most people have never been an alcoholic. They just drank like one. You could drink exactly the way an alcoholic would and never have an addiction. So this is why Beyond Sober and the Unlabeled Sobriety Program are designed to help you break those labels. Beyond Sober. You're so sober. You can't even use the term sober anymore, dude. For someone to call you sober would be an insult at that point because what are you saying, dude? You think I have a problem with alcohol? I don't even drink that shit. How dare you ask me if I'm sober? How dare you say I'm sober? I'm not sober, Mom. So you're faded? I don't think you get it. But that's the whole point. We don't want to get sober. We want to recover from the things we need to be sober from. Hey, what's up, Jenny? How you doing? So stoked to see you. Recovery is healing the destruction inside. I love that. I'll say this. It's not about... Most of us think that we're broken. Most of us think that we need to fix something. That's not the case. It's very rarely the case that something is broken. A majority of what we call a problem is just an issue with the way we see it, dude. And it's as simple as this. It hurts because you're healing, bro. Katie, it hurts because you're healing. You can't heal from something that doesn't hurt. Laura, what's up, girl? You don't need to fix anything. you need to embody a lot more. Exactly. You don't need... Look, the version of you that's broken isn't going to be the version of you that's healed. You're going to be a completely different version. You can be traumatized all your life. Trauma... I got to plug my phone in a second. We think that we have to hang on to trauma because without it, we don't know who we are. Or we think that we're supposed to feel like shit because it happened. No, you felt the feeling, right? You're allowed to not feel the feeling. You learned your lesson. You understood. You know that hurt. You didn't like that? Cool. We're done now. You felt the feeling. We don't have to hang on to the trauma. And I mean hang on to it as in continuously retell it, continuously blame it. It happened 30 years ago, bro. It's not even real. It's just retold. It's not even real. It was real when it happened, but it's not real now. You're not in the middle of it. What you think isn't true. As a matter of fact, here's some scientific neurological facts. Did you know 50% of your trauma that you remember isn't real? It's not accurate. That means you've been lying to yourself to amplify the emotion. I've done this. I've had to heal through a lot of this shit. There's entire documentaries about this shit. 50% of what you remember isn't accurate at all, which is why we don't remember the original memory. We only remember the last time we remembered it. We look at this and we're playing basically telephone with ourselves. And you look at this and go like, well, this is what happened, and then this happened, and then she must have done this. And then because I felt like this, and then we're filling in all these fucking blanks going, okay, if all of that is exactly the way I remember it, then I could still be angry because that shit sucks. Dude, you just filled in all these gaps that are completely inaccurate. This is why word of mouth doesn't stand up in court, dude. It's a misremembering. You don't remember exactly what happened. You remember how you felt about it. You remember some of the aftermath when your adrenaline was spiking. You remember some of the recovery and what you had to do and all the circulating issues after that. Maybe you remember some prior shit. But dude, you don't remember exactly what happened. You just remember how you feel about it. And we have an emotion, a chemical cocktail associated with that thought. So I really want you to think of that. Hang on, Laura. Not to mention all the narratives you create based on the memory of the experience. Exactly. 100%. In order for me to think like this, I must have felt like that, which meant they must have said this. And what I do remember is something close to that, so he said that. You just created a whole new memory. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a thought and reality. Thinking back to this conversation tomorrow is not this. Your brain thinks it's happening, but it's not actually happening, right? It's just not. So we have to look at this. We look at this. This is a realm of intoxication. If I'm working with clients, this is the example I use. Remember I talked about there's 1,400 chemicals running through your body at all time, and it's the concoction, it's the chemical, it's the mixing of all of them that define how you interpret life. Laura, you know this. So look, if this is you, this is your body, right, or your brain, when you have a thought, you are releasing specific chemicals that make this cocktail. And what happens is eventually they all start mixing together. That becomes your emotion. That's your state of being. If everything that's in here is anger, anxiety, desperation, bitterness, grudge, shame, guilt, all of that, that's how you see the world. That's how you see everything. This is you constantly mixing these things up. And then when you drop one happy thing in here, when I go and I put a little gumdrop of whatever, it's still mixing. See how it's on the top? It's still mixing with everything else. Your entire energetic force is mixed with all of this shit. So until remember this cup can only handle so much. We don't need to get rid of any of this. This will start to dissipate as we continue filling this with new shit. This can't stay here and that can't stay here. It has to go. There's not room for both. This is why we don't start pouring shit out. We need to start filling that shit up with new concepts, new ideas, new perspectives, a new belief system. Because what's going to happen is eventually that cocktail is you're going to view that same experience, that same story with a whole new chemical concoction that is your life force. This is where it doesn't feel like life is happening to you. It feels like life is happening for you. And to be perfectly honest, if this is your favorite fucking drink on the planet and you get a chance to drink it every day, Do you really think you're going to put bullshit in here? Nope. You don't even share this thing. No, this is mine. This is for me. This is my whole life right here. This is a whole concoction of me. All of my experiences, all of my thoughts, all of my perspectives, all of the nutrients, all of the things that I want in my life are right here, and I get to drink and live within this thing every single day. But we can't just keep flooding our bodies with all of the same chemicals that we don't enjoy feeling and expect to be intoxicated with something different. We continue to inject our minds with memories of things that are not true. It's that laugh. Your laugh is... Am I laughing? I didn't realize I was laughing. I was just saying... Now I am because I'm aware of it. Shit, I laughed way more than I thought. Well, I was going to say something and y'all caught me sideways. What was I going to say? My ADHD had me going somewhere. Yeah, so that's... Dead. I forgot what I was going to say. So it's self-punishment. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Thank you so much for that. It is punishment. And as you say that, it's punishing yourself for being in pain. And that's the double whammy on this shit. Is I'm punishing myself for being in pain. I'm emotionally distraught for not being happier. If I was happier, I wouldn't have to punish myself for not being better. This is how we sit and fester and keep ourselves sick. Laura, as an energetic force, practices literally aligning her entire machine, her entire body, thoughts, feelings, actions, all that stuff. Same with me. That's why I'm meditating every day. 30 hours a month, 31 hours depending on the month, is just in alignment. Just making sure my chemical concoction that is my human experience is mixed with all the right elements, right? Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. What about drinking because you're bored or overwhelmed? Overwhelmed and bored are very different. Bored, you drink because you're boring. That's all that is. Nothing. I'm not entertaining. If you're entertained, it's not my fault. That's your fault. If you're bored here, that's not my fault. That's your fault. Either you're boring as a boring person and you drink to ignore the fact that you have trouble entertaining yourself, or you have a habit of just drinking when there's nothing else to do. Like, you really got to think about it. Alcohol is one thing in a world, billions of things, infinite decisions that you can make. And the only one that makes sense is drinking. We got to remember this. We are not practicing entertaining ourselves if the only thing we want to do is one thing. The world is so much bigger than the one thing. And it's just easier to step in and pretend like life is entertaining with alcohol. But that's not actually, it's not true. Alcohol doesn't make anything entertaining. It makes you feel less boring. That's what an inhibition is. Because without alcohol, you're sitting there going like, fuck, nothing's happening. Go outside. It's too hot. We'll go play with your kids go play with that. That's for my kids. Why are you talking yourself out of entertaining yourself? Like, no, but I don't want to be entertained like that. Well, how do you want to be entertained then? Hey, BZ Fire in the building. Different way to think about it. Yeah. And so we constantly talk ourselves out of acting like a kid. We think that we're not a kid, so I can't go play in the fucking playground. I'm not allowed to go skateboarding. I'm too old. We just constantly find reasons why we're not allowed to have fun. And then we go, I didn't work hard enough, or I gotta do this, and all the housework and all the shit. Put it off and go sting, dude. Like, do shit. Go out. There's bugs outside, man. There's bugs outside. When was the last time you looked at a bug? No one's stopping you. But if you don't practice giving yourself permission, which is what I did today, that's how I was out of the house all day long. 6 years later, and I still struggle entertaining myself, dude. Like, I was driving, and I was like, I don't want to be bored. So I went to Guitar Center. I went to the fucking DMV. I was that bored. I went just so I couldn't fucking own the fact that I was a boring person. I went to the DMV. I drove 30 minutes to the DMV. I was already chilling on my couch watching TikTok, but I was like, I don't want to do this. I love watching TikTok. And I love coming up with ideas, and I love creating these things, and I love working on the programs, and I love all this shit. But I don't want to continue doing this because I'm really good at doing nothing, right? So I'm going to go to the DMV. Never been there before. So I drove there, and then I got lost, and then that was fun. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. And then I was like, what? I drove 30 minutes, right? Got my thing, got my custom plates. That was super fun. Met cool people, right? Not the DMV. DMV was awesome. Then I drove 30 minutes home, 25 minutes home because there was less traffic. And then I chilled here back in the couch. And I was like, fuck, dude. They canceled the appointment. I came back for an appointment. They canceled that appointment. So I was like, shit, what am I going to do? I could do anything. I could do everything or nothing. Oh, excuse me. I opened the door. I started cleaning stuff. I started entertaining myself. I put the music on. I did all this shit. And then I had the thought of, you should go to Guitar Center and see if you still like DJing. I'm sure they've got some cool DJ stuff you could play with. I was a DJ for 16 years. How do you think I got into drugs and alcohol, man? And so I was like, all right, I'm going to drive. Punch it into the GPS. It was around the corner from the DMV. So now I'm driving 25 minutes back to where I just came from in a whole different outfit. Just so I could, like, not feel like everyone knew that I wore this earlier. And, like, you know what I'm saying? And so I went to Guitar Center, walked around, took my time there, didn't say a word to anybody, put on some headphones, played with their DJ equipment, and was completely unimpressed. I went and banged on a couple drums, and I was like, this thing is not as fun as I thought it was going to be. It doesn't feel right. I don't like it. I'm glad I didn't buy it earlier. But I went entertaining myself, dude. Like, I'm allowed to do that. I use Guitar Center as a way to express myself and be confident and try new shit. So then I was like, okay, gotta go. I'm done here. Like, how just uneventful. Kind of a waste. But then, here's what's really interesting. I also practice finding the absolute most incredible experiences as often as I possibly can. And so I accidentally made the wrong turn. You gotta get back. Good to see you, girl. The only thing you have for you. And so I was like, I try and find the absolute most phenomenal things everywhere I go. Whether I'm driving, whether I'm sitting, whether I'm doing, it doesn't matter. Took the wrong turn, and I was like, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. I love that I took this wrong turn. Took the wrong turn, GPS redirects me, right? I've never been in this area. I've never been over here before, so I'm like, normally I would get anxious, but I got my GPS. Driving through it, and I'm like, oh, damn, these houses are dope, bro. Then I drove over these train tracks, and these trains had graffiti just all over them. I'm like, oh, shit, dude, this is badass. And then there's a super old mobile fucking sheriff car, like, as like a just a presentation. I was like, dude, that thing is dope. Never been over here driving through all this industrial shit. I'm like, dude, they do this and this, and I'm it's just me. And I'm just driving. I'm like, this is badass. Like, on these back roads. And then I ended up in, like, Leave It to Beaver's neighborhood. I was like, dope, look at all these houses, man. This is like white picket fence shit. And so now I'm getting really motivated. I'm really excited just driving through the shit. It's just me bumping Wu-Tang. And I'm driving down the street. I'm like, this looks kind of familiar. And earlier today, I was like, someone had asked me, why did you come to Tennessee? I was like, because it's Tennessee, baby. I was like, I came out here for vacation and decided I want to move here. I was here for 5 days. And then within 30 days of me being here, I had a place. And that's the place I'm in now. And I was reminiscing earlier on that story because I remembered that I stayed at this specific hotel in this specific area, and I saw this specific band at this specific St. Patty's Day bar called Patty's, and I was like, dude, that was so dope. And I'm driving through this neighborhood, and guess where I ended up? That fucking hotel, dude. I was like, no fucking way, bro. And I'm screaming in the car, dude, yeah! Like, I'm like so fucking stoked. Just to drive by the hotel I stayed at when I came here. The whole reason I'm here is because I stayed at that fucking hotel, man. I'm driving by like, this is the best shit ever. And I'm like screaming, getting onto the fucking freeway. Look at my veins popping out. This is real. This is passionate, man. I'm sitting here going like, oh my fucking goodness, dude. This is fucking badass, man. Get on the freeway, come back. And I'm like, that was dope. I knew it. I knew it was boring, but I knew it was going to be amazing. Dude, I'm like, block this guy. His appearance alone makes me want to drink. I love that I scare the fucking shit out of you. I love that my Pauly Shore looking face makes you literally so insecure that you want to escape that thought with the very substance that we are attempting to avoid and move away from. I love that for you, dude. I love that I could trigger you into realizing how fucking sick you actually are and how important it is for you to pay attention. I love that my mere existence alone, after using alcohol in the exact same way that you just exclaimed a second ago, literally killed me. I died from thinking exactly that thought. I don't like that guy. I don't like the way he looks. Just looking at that dude, really, I mean, there's something about him. Is it his happiness? I think that's what it is. It's because I don't have that. I don't have that happiness. And just looking at this guy is infuriating. I used to be a hater. I used to hate everybody that had a bigger smile than me. I hated everyone that had a genuine grill on their face. I hated everyone that had money. I hated everyone that looked good. I hated everyone that looked privileged. I hated everyone that had something that I didn't. I hated everyone on TikTok that looked like they had their shit together. Well, not TikTok, on social media. I hated everybody, dude. All because I was the most sick person in every room that I walked into. And I used that as a fuel source to continue ignoring what needed my attention. I utilized alcohol so deeply, so specifically, so spiritually, and so I just embodied the entire personality that alcohol provides, which is narcissism. That's what alcohol is. Alcohol is a narcissist. So those that don't actually have any natural narcissistic tendencies end up being provided a narcissistic personality through the privilege of the poison. So they get to act and jump into people's lives and say a bunch of shit and be the most toxic person in the room. And deep down, they know that the reason they feel confident behind that fucking keyboard is because of the amount of poison that's in their system that gives them the permission to act as miserable as they are in a safe way. And this is where isolation comes from. This is why hating from afar is one of the most pleasurable experiences on the planet, because that little tiny fucking hit of dopamine is serving your addiction to cortisol. And that is sexy for you. I love that for you, because that means that you have so much growth ahead of you. I know how fucking sick it feels, how miserable. You must seriously be in talk, like down to a cellular level. The amount of toxicity in your system is literally making it impossible for you to fucking have a good time. And your excuse for a good time is attempting to bring other people down because you can't reach the fucking top. That's alcohol. That's 100% poison. And if it's not alcohol, then that's a horrible fucking choice you're making there. And I appreciate you for being exactly who we don't want to be. You are a shining example of what we're not supposed to do. I have so much love for your health, for your existence. It means so fucking much, man. Because it's people like you and people like that other cat and people like the new cats that are going to swing through that are actively going to be the energetic force that defines where we don't want to be, who we don't want to be, what we don't want to accept, and what we're allowed to fucking completely eject out of our lives. We need that shit. We need those reminders. We need people to be absolute fucking haters. So we have something to do. What else are we going to do when we get bored? Block the haters? We should totally do that shit. 100%. Drop it, bro. Or else what? I love it, man. It's really interesting how people like get triggered by the mere existence of another person taking care of themselves and spitting truth. It's the actualities and the honesty and the depths and the unfuckwitability that really triggers so many people. Don't even think about it. It's not about thinking about it. It's being about it. 1 week sober tomorrow for you. Dude, that's amazing, man. You know you're 100% sober today, right? Like tomorrow you're no more sober than you are today, because it only takes 4 days for alcohol to get out of your system, right? So at 4 days, you are 100% sober, which means you and I are the exact same amount of sober. 100%. But it's what you do on day 7. What are you going to do on day 7 that's different than day 6? Because sober doesn't mean anything. Recovery does. Because once again, the whole concept behind beyond sober and sober not sober is working so far through your recovery that you can't even use the term sober anymore. Sober means you prefer to drink, but you can't. Or you would like to drink, but you're choosing not to. Recovery is solving all of the things, all of the reasons why we believe alcohol is important in our life. When we accept wholeheartedly and energetically that it is just a poison and it's not going to add value to our life, then we're in a healthy, recovered state to choose whether or not we'd like to use alcohol as its intended tool to add continued value to our life. When it's an issue is when it's no longer adding value, but is the problem, or making the value that is being added harder to appreciate. I'm recovering from end-stage cirrhosis. Dude, that's badass! I have stage 4. It's not a death sentence. As long as you're putting your energy into recovering, taking care of your mind, body, and spirit, your energy, then you're going to live a long, happy, and healthy life, right? On day 7, I'll probably drink again because life. You are life. You understand that, right? Life isn't happening to you. You are life. You don't have a life. You don't own a life. You don't pick a life. You are life. Life doesn't happen to you. Life is you. So what you're saying is, because of you, you are going to choose to drink. You've actually, just saying that, you've actually already chosen. You've actually already decided that you're going to drink. So for you to drink is not to be unexpected. You've programmed your subconscious to expect a drink. This is why so many people go 7 days, so many people go 14 days, so many people go 30 days. And then why is it always on 30 days? I always have a drink. You selected that 30-day mark on day 1. You pre-programmed your mind and body to expect that and to accumulate enough experiences to help that unfold. That's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. Of course you're going to drink. But are you going to continue beating yourself up on day 7? That's another decision that you can make. Because beating yourself up is just giving you another reason to drink. And if beating yourself up worked, it would have worked already. Right? But it doesn't. I need reprogram. So you want to be reprogrammed. The interesting part is no one can do it for you. Like you have to do shit. When you do new shit, you're going to get new results. Advice to give to my stepdad to quit drinking. Here's the truth, man. Like, I can give you a phrase, and then I can give you some like data. There's 76 million people struggling with alcohol right now. 3 million of those people are going to die this year. 76 million people are struggling with alcohol. 3 million of those people are going to die. That's horrible. The physical feeling, not hiding emotions, we'll talk about that. That's one. Alcohol is a literal poison. It's a carcinogen that causes 7 different types of cancer. 6 months sober, hell yeah. 7 different types of cancer. And it's a known disinfectant. It causes depression, causes anxiety, high blood pressure, heart issues, early Alzheimer's. What else does it cause? Inflammation, ascites, esophageal varices, swelling in the wrists, the throat. It fucks with everything. Like it literally is one of the most addictive drugs on the planet. Like the fact that it's legal is just insane. Like it's just crazy. The world would be a different place. Something else for every kidney disease, right? Liver failure, organ failure, inflamed spleen, right? Internal bleeding, right? Gut bleeding, hemorrhoids, bro. It rots your body from the inside out, and then it numbs our care to it and the physical pains, right? We'll talk about the feeling in a second. Pancreatitis, right? All of that stuff, like flushing, like acne, seizures can induce strokes, depending, like all kinds of shit, man. So that's just what alcohol does. It causes cirrhosis. People who drink often, even if it's in moderation, have cirrhosis, dude. It's not possible to drink for a long period of time and not cause damage. Like it's a poison. Aside from that, man, here is a phrase that if anybody is struggling with alcohol and wants to help somebody, over 6 years sober, that's phenomenal. Are you 6 years recovered though, or are you just 6 years not drinking? Big difference. Big difference. Is if you know somebody that you're trying to help stop drinking or drink less, then the phrase that works, doesn't work with everybody, but it works more often than not, is, hey, dude, I fear that if you continue drinking alcohol the way you do, you're not going to be around long enough for us to love you the way you deserve. Recovered as a motherfucker. I love that. That's what I want to hear. That's dope. So I got a question for you, Energy Life Force. How long have you, would you consider yourself recovered? As in, it was no longer a conscious decision to say no to alcohol. You just don't drink. You just didn't do it. Like how long? So it's been 6 years. So how long into it, or how much energy did you put into it before you're like, this is easy peasy? Like it's not even hard. I don't even say no to alcohol anymore because it's not even a consideration. My life is just saying yes to water. It's just saying yes to fitness and stuff like that. So how long into your journey before you realize that it's not even an issue anymore and that there was no going back? Everyone's journey is so different. You have stage 3B kidney failure due to cirrhosis. Next stage is dialysis. They were gonna put me on dialysis before my numbers started improving. They put me in an experimental research facility, and from that facility, they hooked me up to insane machines. They tortured me for 250 hours. It was 11 days of wishing I was dead. It was absolutely horrible. Most people aren't going to get there, but most people are going to cause close to the same amount of damage in their body without actually having the addiction. Then that's what a high tolerance is. If we have a high tolerance drinking alcohol, it's because our body is inefficient in breaking down alcohol. Remember this, if it takes you 10 shots before you feel your first buzz, that means you hit your liver 9 times before you felt the pain of it. Hey there, what's up, man? So that's the thing is whether it's 10 shots, 10 beers, 10 anything, 6 beers, the higher your tolerance. For me, 18 days, but only drank for 3 years, had 26 years sobriety prior. For me, 18, that's amazing. I love that. Will your body ever be the same, or is it already? My body, the only thing, I still have an inflamed spleen, so like I can't feel it as well right now because I have like more muscle. I have like abs, more dense abs on top of my spleen. My spleen inflamed because my liver was swollen to the size of a football. Like it was huge, dude. Like imagine taking this pillow and putting it in your stomach. Like that I looked 9 months pregnant. So my liver was massive. It looked like I had a beach ball, dude. Like you've seen beer bellies, all that stuff. So I had that here, and because my liver was working so hard, it sent additional resources to my spleen, and your spleen is kind of like a mini liver. It kind of takes over when the liver is struggling, and because of the amount of blood and the amount of pressure and the amount of energy that my spleen had to compensate for, it basically swelled up to the size of like a softball. So, and then it never shrank back down. I have an umbilical hernia. My eyes are more blurry now. Like I'm still messing with them right now. My eyes got worse. Hearing got worse. What else? I left the hospital in a wheelchair. I lost my ability to walk. I had to go through physical therapy, all that stuff. It took 18 months to recover to be able to get in the gym and drive a car and do all that stuff. My spleen will never shrink back to normal. The umbilical hernia will be there unless I have it surgically cut out. Because of the ab work that I do specifically, I have kind of like coated or created, for lack of better words, a sheath that covers my hernia so it doesn't like give me much pain anymore, although it's still there. Polly, oh my goodness. Ashley, what's up? Probably a couple years. It still comes up on rare occasions. Probably a couple years, still comes up on rare occasions, but I no longer give it thought or energy. Oh, I got it. That's awesome. Are you eye strained from jaundice permanently? I had jaundice. Like, if you guys ever seen these pictures, let's see if I can pull them up for you real quick. If you guys have never seen these pictures before, these things are intense. Let me see if I can grab them for you. Some of y'all know what it looks like when you're dying from liver failure. But the reason I've been viral so many times is because people don't know what it looks like. So here you go. This is not edited, y'all. This is this is me in the hospital, man. How do you know you had cirrhosis? If you drink a lot of alcohol, you just have cirrhosis. So I had to go to the hospital, and they're like, you have stage 4 cirrhosis, which is one stage before end stage. Was it near? I gotta plug the camera in, or plug the phone in real quick. Was it my breaking point? I literally died, dude. Like, my heart stopped. So I wouldn't say it's a breaking point. It is the point of all things breaking. I have no choice. If I drink, I'll die. Like, I don't have, there's no other decision that I can make. Like, it's not like I wish I could drink alcohol. Fuck that. Are you serious? That's insane. Alcohol's a poison, man. It killed me once. I'll show you the other pictures in a second. Hang on. There we go. Now it's going to go down. Okay, so that's one. Here's another common one that most people see me with. This is the same, within the same couple days. So you see that eyeball? Same size. That's what it looks like, dude. So if you see somebody that looks yellow like this, or anybody you know is starting to turn yellow, it's no joke, dude. Hang on. Get out of here. There you go. It's crazy, dude. Did jaundice go? Yeah, I woke up like this. So I was like, let me see if I could, I was kind of like this, flesh, but then I woke up like that. Like, I was slightly yellow. And then my former fiance, she's like, oh, well, you look a little yellow today. And this is before I was that bad. Then, let me see. I don't have any pictures like before. Hang on. I could show you how, like, the most sick picture that I have. But you don't even look the same. It's actually her birthday today. This is my former fiance. It's her birthday today. But that's me probably coming, like, one of the last days in the hospital. But you can see I lost 60 pounds in 11 days, dude. Like, how much was I drinking? I was drinking 30 shots a day. Roughly 2 bottles. Remember, like, 2 bottles a day is nothing when you have a high tolerance. But that's it. Yeah, bro. It's a whole different thing. So I say all of that, not because people are going to get there. It's because we don't want to get there. Like, so I want you to look at me like this. Take a picture. This is when I left the hospital. This is my last day there. This is when they're like, dude, you're not going to be, this is skinny. Like, it just extreme stress. Not even the same person, dude. So this is why I continue to show up. It's not because I'm trying to scare people or anything like that. It's just, we don't know. 30 shots for about 2.5 years. So, like, it progressively it just gets worse. Like, 30 shots is low end. Like, I would take 30 shots just to function. And that's to stop the shakes, that's to get through the day, to sleep, stuff like that. That was just using it as medicine. But then I also partied too. I was a DJ. So I would drink 10, 15, 20 shots, then go to work, have another half a bottle of Jack Daniels, plus a bunch of shots, mixed drinks, shots with, like, celebrities and shit, and then out-of-towners, do all that stuff. And then go back and have a couple more drinks. So when I say that I was having 30 shots, that's just to keep it casual so you guys fucking believe me. Because I was drinking a lot more than that. People don't think you can, but I know people that drink a gallon of whiskey a day and have been doing that for many years. I would wake up at 6 a.m. and take 3 shots to stop. Me too. I did that too. That's insane. My husband drank 2 pints of Bacardi, like water. That is exactly like water. I've gone viral for talking about alcohol going down like water. That was one of the if you know anybody that says, dude, I drink like a fish, or it goes down like water, that is a absolute alcoholic phrase, dude. It's not supposed to go down like water. This is why the first time I went viral was for the Don't Make a Face challenge. The Don't Make a Face challenge is people taking a shot of tequila and trying not to make a face. Well, you're supposed to make a face. You know why? Because that is your safety mechanism helping you realize that you've just put an actual literal poison in your body. Alcohol is not supposed to taste good. We're not supposed to have mixed drinks. We're not supposed to go like, oh, this is pleasurable. It's the same. Imagine if drinking gasoline tasted good. Imagine if someone gave you a cocktail just like this, even looks exactly the same. Oh, dude, it's sweet tea gas. What? It's an unleaded sweet tea. What? Yeah, bro, drink it. And then it's literal unleaded gasoline mixed with sweet tea, and you're like, I can't even fucking taste it. It tastes like 89. Are you sure this isn't diesel? It's the same thing. It's a literal fuel source. So we try and pretend like it's not as bad as it is, and then we end up, esophageal explosion. Esophageal varices, yeah, it's how the veins open up in my throat, started throwing up blood. So remember this, man. It's not supposed to taste good. We're not supposed to have a high tolerance. We're not supposed to use it to soothe pain or process our emotions or deal with trauma or anything like that. It's meant to add value to our life. And if it's no longer adding value to our life, then it is no longer necessary in our life. We can drink it, right? But if we're going to drink it, we got to be taking care of our bodies, man. Going back to where, hey, good to see you, girl. Is it normal if you were 15 days sober and your sides still kind of ache and are sore? Yeah, my sides do too. Yeah, so remember this. If you've been drinking for a long period of time and you first off can feel your body because you're not drinking anymore, remember, you're no longer numb. If your sides hurt, your sides have been hurting. You just haven't felt it, or you've been drinking through the pain. So if they're still hurting, it means you're probably still a little swollen. Your liver doesn't have any nerve endings, I believe. So what you're feeling is not your liver. You're actually feeling the pressure your liver is putting on your surrounding organs. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday! Holy shit! Dude, I'm so stoked for you. I swear, hey, today's your birthday. Fuck yeah, dude. Today's the first day of the rest of your life, man. You didn't think you were even gonna make it this far. Fuck yeah, bro. I'm so stoked for you. That is awesome. Happy birthday, man. You deserve the fucking world, man. We all do. But today is your day. You fucking take care of you, man. Like, that is so badass, dude. Happy birthday. That's amazing. Yeah. Wow. Birthdays are fun. So, so going back to your pains, if your sides are hurting, that's usually your kidneys. So if it's like your back, lower back, you're like, oh, goddamn, you're dehydrated. Most of us don't drink enough water. So if we're drinking alcohol, either at high risk or low risk, just because it's a fluid doesn't mean it's hydrating, right? This has water in it. It is not straight water. It is not packed with electrolytes. It is not going to do the same job that just like straight water is going to do. Your body is 75% water, dude. You literally need it to live. And alcohol is dehydrating. So if you're drinking, you're dehydrating yourself. All hangovers and most withdrawal symptoms are associated with dehydration and lack of sleep. So this is where a lot of us, we first off use that hangover to go like, I can cure this hangover with a drink. That was exactly how I became an alcoholic, because somebody straight up said, dude, if you don't want you don't want a hangover, just don't stop drinking. I took that seriously because I was sick. And then from there, I just practiced that alcoholic behavior until I was addicted. So if you have a hangover, or if you want to prevent one, or if you're just drinking in general, you got to stay hydrated, man. It's going to lubricate your liver, which means it's going to help you break down that alcohol efficiently. You're going to need less alcohol because your liver is functioning properly. Remember, a high tolerance is your body not being able to break down liquor efficiently. So if water is going to help your liver function appropriately, thank you so much for the roses, then you want to drink it. A lot of us, we feel extremely exhausted in the morning, whether it's a night of drinking or it is just or just any type of hangover. We think that we drink alcohol and we got good sleep. We didn't. We think that we drink enough water. We definitely didn't. And those are the two main contributing factors to any type of withdrawal symptoms, any type of hangover. If you drink to relax, you drink for anxiety, you drink to go to sleep, you're not actually getting sleep. Your body is completely disrupting, or alcohol is disrupting, the chemical cocktail that helps you go to sleep and get real deep rest, which is where all the healing happens. And it's replacing it with very light sleep. So you might be passed out, but you're not asleep. This is why we wake up just exhausted and dehydrated. No shit, Dr. Oz. Says the dude that knows shit about fuck. I love that. Oz is an interesting guy. Ugh. 11 days sober today. That's amazing. You and I are the same amount of sober at 100%. So check this out. I'm winding down. It is now my bedtime. You could actually start to see it. My body's already processing. It's working on my behalf. I set my bedtime. I start winding down right now, and I'll be in bed by like 10, 20. I do boring shit as a healthy person. So on that, your hemorrhoid cream's ready to pick up. I'm telling you this, man. I was shitting blood, bro. Like, it was no joke. So when we talk about hemorrhoids and all that, man, like, I'm still traumatized from, like, all that, dude. Liver failure is no joke, bro. Like, your whole body, you start bleeding from so many orifices. It is not fun at all. And you're afraid to do all kinds of stuff, man. And so even to this day, I still have, like, these micro anxieties, and I'm like, am my eyes yellow? Is my skin yellow, dude? Is this a pain? What is this? I'm just so traumatized by that experience. So I want to prevent everybody from having to do that. With that, I got to roll out. I'll be live tomorrow. I'll put some new content out for everybody. I've released like 3,800 videos here on TikTok so far, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. If anybody can appreciate staying in contact with me, there's a link in my bio. It says beyondsober.org. You guys can either leave me a message, you can request an answer. If you have a question, you just want to reach out to me and ask something, I'll get back to you with an email, with a text message, or even with a personalized video. I have the unlabeled sobriety program coming out for anybody that wants to step into a state of recovery without having to call themselves an alcoholic, without having to call themselves sober, without having to call themselves an addict, or if you know somebody that could really benefit from working with a professional. I have that program coming out in about 30 days from now. That's what I'm doing all day long, is making sure that I'm constantly creating services and opportunities for people to really take their life to the next level. Cactus, it's not about fixing the problems, dude. It is stepping into a version of you that has no issues. And that's why I want to encourage everybody to connect with me. So you want to stay connected, link in bio. Feel free to ask me a question. Thank you so much for subscribing. I sincerely appreciate you. Thank you for giving me a reason and so much love and so much appreciation and so much energy and so much kindness as you are. I don't want you to be anyone else. I wouldn't change anything about you. And I am excited to watch you continue expanding and growing. I'm literally your biggest fan. I want to see you win. Some of the greatest peace that I have is knowing that you're taking care of yourself. I want you to take everything that I know. You can literally have everything that I have. I just want you to do it better. I don't want you to get just as good. I want you to take it to the next level. I want to learn from you. Cactus, I want you to set the bar so high that I have to reach it, bro. Please do that. That's what we're all doing together. That's what Beyond Sober is. That's what Sober Not Sober is. And that's what the Unlabeled Sobriety Program is all about. On that note, I love you. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. And I truly appreciate you guys continuing to show up and support me in the ways that you do. Like, I'm a better person because you exist. 100%. I love you, love you, love you. Just like my mother always says, will you please just, like, take care of you? I'm going to take care of me for you. You take care of you for me, right? You could do that. Or maybe not.